So we're here with Dr. Dave Wendell and Amy from Shore Wellness Solutions. Dr. Dave and Amy are here because we're inducting them officially into the 20K Club, which is basically our club of partners that they've done a little bit over 20,000 with our system. So guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for setting a couple of minutes aside today. I would like to start off if you guys can kind of like introduce yourselves and talk a little bit about what you guys are doing and how long you guys have been operating your practice.
All right. Okay. Dr. Dave here, Shores Wellness Solution, along with my lovely wife, Amy. And we've been here 2 years. It was a second practice for us. A primary practice was in another state. We are in Michigan. And we worked a day and a half a week. And when the pandemic hit, we had to make some changes because we couldn't travel back and forth to the other practice. So this practice became our primary, and we worked in filling up and working on an online service. We have a heavy nutrition practice, if you see the nutrition behind us here. And so as we were filling that up, it was great, but we also knew that changes were going to be made, so we wanted to get more people into our practice. And so we got a hold of proactive marketing, and the first month we did the 20,000 club. Basically, for every dollar we dropped, we picked up 24. And in 30 years of practice, I've never had a marketing program to work like that. So it was pretty awesome. And we still have a ton more leads to work with. It's never drying up. This past week alone, we just started our second month. We're only entering our second month. We had 6 more new patients that we put on the schedule from it. And understand also, the first 3 weeks, we were solely working on getting people to sign on to the practice through electronic means, through online consultations. Now we just started really working on getting them into the office, and it's just jumped up tremendously just in the last week for the people to come into the office. And so we're in. And we're also starting to tell our friends about it because, not in the area, no, our friends in other areas, because we want them to have the same success as well.
I'm impressed. That's really, really cool. And we appreciate that, those, that word of mouth and those referrals, we really appreciate those as well. And then let me ask you something, guys, kind of like, can you tell us a little bit about kind of like, where were you guys before partnering up with us? Like, where were you guys before partnering up with Proactive?
Well, as we had to step aside from the other practice, and this practice becoming our primary, since we started with Proactive, we've actually, from where we were, we've doubled our practice. We need to double it once more to get to where we need to be, but we see that happening within the next 6 to 8 weeks. And I do want to put a shout out there for my amazing wife, because she does 98%, I'll take 2%. She does 98% of the work with Proactive, and she's on the calls every week. The training is incredible because every week she's on the calls, whether it's for 5 minutes or whether it's for an hour, getting things worked out. You guys are always on the ball as far as what we need and answering her questions. But she's just been amazing at this. And so we really appreciate the training that goes with that, because that also helps with the success along with her perseverance. So just incredible.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. And we appreciate that for sure as well. And then let me ask you this, Dr. Dave, before all these systems and before you guys started running kind of like your social ads, how were you guys bringing in new patients before all of this?
We were developing a presence on Facebook, doing a workshop once a week and different things through social media. You want to take that? Because that's her specialty. She's the one that's doing the marketing. So go ahead.
We started doing a lot on Facebook as well and starting to run campaigns. But where you came into place was I didn't know how to get it out there a lot, and spending a lot of money on your ads or things like that and not having a return was what I was most concerned with. And so I figured if I could have a jump start and have someone help me get that part started with the rest, it's actually been phenomenal, because that's exactly what I was looking to do with the ads, where I don't have to think about it. And now I can focus on the education and the training, because we have a lot of people now following us even more because of the ads, in addition to those people coming in. Once they come in the door, I have no doubt that they're going to stay with us. It's just getting that initial person to walk through the door, which is what's been phenomenal about this program.
You've helped us create a presence out in the community. And we're just cracking the egg. We got a long way to go, but thank you.
You guys are very welcome. You guys, it's a pleasure to work with you guys, honestly. And you know, like the results speak for themselves. You know, like we see kind of like the reviews that you guys get, and you know, they're honest reviews that basically speak for themselves. So we appreciate what you guys are doing as well, pretty much. Yeah, and then let me see. In terms of kind of like the predictability. You know, kind of like, can you guys talk a little bit about kind of like the predictability that our system has to offer? How has that predictability of where that new patient is coming from, how has that predictability kind of like improving your peace of mind?
We have a very high closing rate. And so out of the 2/3 that come in, so for every 10 leads that you get, you figure 6 to 7 are going to come in. Out of that 7, you're going to end up with, well, we end up with about 6 new patients from that, from every 10, right?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good conversion rates. Those are pretty good conversion rates. Okay, and then can you give us kind of like a very general, kind of like a quick breakdown of in terms of kind of like the numbers? We don't have to go too specific, of course. Obviously, we want to respect your privacy, but just kind of like a breakdown of kind of like your numbers and what you guys have been able to accomplish so far.
Well, in the first month, I think what did we have? About 18 new patients come on the schedule because of the program.
Mm-hmm.
And we closed how many? Well,
15.
There's a few that are on the schedule that haven't come in yet. Mm-hmm. We've had at least 12 come in, or no, more than that.
We've closed 12. We have 6 more sitting on the schedule.
Right. Which closing means we sign everyone on for a 9-month care plan.
Right.
So when we say we close, that means those people have signed up, committed to care with us for 9 months.
Right.
So that's continual, which is what we want.
And remember, the first 3 weeks of that was for online consultations, not for in the office. Now that we opened up into the office, we're noticing in the last 2 weeks, those numbers are actually starting to go up because we just started our 2nd month. And we know that for what we paid in the first month, which is the most expensive program I've ever paid for, but I have to tell you, it really wasn't that much. It wasn't crazy.
Not in comparison to the return on investment.
And the return that we have and the closings that we have, we are over 40,000 over the next 9 months of income that we'll have from that. And so if we can duplicate that, for the next several months, so here we are in practice, the 2 of us. This past week, last 2 weeks, we've been interviewing people. We're hiring somebody, giving them a call when we finish this call because we need front desk help. She needs front desk help because of the program, which is fantastic. And we have a second one that we're calling back for another working interview because we need someone to help with patient care. And now we're putting the search in for a new practitioner. Come September, October, we're going to need a second practitioner in this office. And so when we went full time in April, within 6 months, we're going to be looking for a second practitioner to come in and give us a hand. So that's where the numbers will take us.
I wasn't aware of that. That's pretty awesome. That speaks for itself as well. Like the growth that you guys have been having in such a short period of time. That's awesome, guys. Congrats. Definitely congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you guys' time very much. Setting a couple of minutes aside to talk with us today. Lastly, kind of like wrap this up. What would you guys say to another doctor, another practice, another chiropractic clinic that is considering partnering up with us?
As a longtime chiropractor, just stop it. Just do it. Stop thinking about it, because thinking about it, you're not going to get it done. Just do it. Start with a small marketing budget like we did and watch the returns. And when you see that, you'll say, I want a little more towards returns, and you'll increase your budget a little bit each month, because we were cautious going in.
Right. I mean, we did this when when we had no business. We shut down a second practice.
We're
We're
yeah,
we're
stay-at-home
starting
orders.
here, working a day and a half to opening it up, and nobody's coming out due to COVID. So we could have been like, oh, we can't afford it, but we decided, you know what, we need people in the place, and we have to just jump in and let's go for it. You can stop after a month if you're not seeing results.
Right.
You
No
can stop
long-term
anytime,
contracts.
so that's awesome. And we're like, jump in. What's the worst that's going to happen? You know, we'll put that money out. You know, we've spent money before and not had the patient return coming in. So I'm like, you know what, let's go for it and see. And it's really been worth it.
And for the docs out there listening to this, have somebody designated to do this program. Don't do it yourself. You're busy with patient care. Have somebody that will do it and sit down with that person once a week for 10 minutes and go over the results week to week. What happened? What do we have on for this week? And if you do that, you will see the results. And then you'll, like us, when the second month comes around, you won't even bat an eye.
Yep.
And it's nice. I will tell you, it's nice the last 2 months to be able to pay all your bills for the month on the first.
I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Definitely, it's a team effort, and you guys are crushing it. So congratulations again, guys. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate it, like I said. So I wish you guys nothing but the best, and we'll be talking again pretty soon. Okay.
So
Super.
thank you.
Have a great weekend.
You too.